Hello everyone, welcome to another video on unshackling Sudokus and puzzles. Today's video will be on a classic Sudoku called Center Table. This Sudoku was created by Aron and it has been taken from the Discord puzzle archive, which is like a treasure trove of Sudokus and puzzles. So I have solved this Sudoku and I'm going to show you 3 game-changing techniques that will take your Sudoku skills to the next level, guys. Definitely these 3 are tricks that you don't see often in Sudokus, but once you know these tricks, it helps you solve a lot of Sudokus, because the advanced techniques also work more or less based on what you see now. So if you are enjoying the videos that we put out on the channel, please do subscribe and remember to comment under the video and like the video. So let us start the Sudoku now. Classic rules apply. And the link to solve this Sudoku is in the description of the video. So let's start this Sudoku. 4, 4, 4 and 4. It gives me a 4 here. And looking at the 4s, I quickly noticed that it's not much info about the 4s, although we could do some stuff like this. But it's not going to help. Let's look at 3s. 3, 3, 3. Right? 3, 3. Again, not much to do with the 3s, except perhaps mark a few 3s here and there. This box is almost completed, so 1 is not going to be in column 8, so 1 goes here. And you can finish off this box, right? 2, 6, but 2 is already here in row 9, so which means this is a 6 and this is a 2. So now it's time to fill all these cells, right? They're almost complete, the rows and columns. This should be 5, 7, 9. And I can't have 9 here, which means 9 in row 9 must be in one of these 2 cells, right? That's actually a useless pointing pair. Normally pointing pairs in a box look at other boxes and give rise to digits, but in here we have just, marked this pointing pair. We could have done box elimination here, but 9 is already here. So just observing things. Anyway, continuing on. 2, 3, 5, 1, 7, 9. So this would be 4, 6, 8. No 4. No 8. 8 has to be in one of these 2 cells in column 9. All right, let's continue on. This cell right here is 5 and 6. This cell is 4 and 6. 3 and 6. And this can take everything, right? Okay, if you look at column 8 and look at this cell, this is a hidden single 1, 3, 2, 5, 6 and 4, 7 and 9. This has to be 8. So which means the remaining digits have to be 4, 7 and 9. This can't take a 9. Okay. 8 is not here, so 8 leaves a pointing pair. I'm sorry, 1 is not here, 1 is not here, so 1 leaves a pointing pair here in box 4. And looking at the ones, okay, 1 goes here, 1 goes here. Not much useful info. Okay, so if you look at this box, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 9, these 2 cells have to take 6, 7 and 8, right? And let's look at row 8 now. 1, 3, 2, 4, 7. So 5, 6, 8 and 9. You have a 9 here. This is 5, 6, 8. 5, 6, 9. 5, 6, 8. And you have 5, 8 here. So this is 6 and a 9. So these are the steps that you usually do, or one has to cross through to get to the point where I'm going to show you 3 game-changing techniques, guys. Remember, we have not even started the first of the technique yet. I'll get to it soon. But before that, let's do some normal Sudoku stuff. 4, 7, 9 and 3 and 8. So I need 1, 2, 5 and 6. Oh, this cell right here can't take 1 and 2. Has to be 5, 6. This would be 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Right? Nothing fancy. And continuing on. This cell here, 1, 2, 5, 8, 3 and 4, 6, 7 and 9. So I want to make sure that we exhaust all the cells almost, at least before we go to the techniques, right? So that none of the steps get short circuited. Right, let's continue. 8, 8. So 8 goes here. Excellent. 5 in here, and 5 in here gives a 5 here. All right, so let's quickly look at the 5s. 5, 5, 5. 5 is not here, so this is 7 or a 9. So this is 5. 5 has to be in one of these two cells. Nothing much, right? I think we are more or less getting to the point where I'm going to show you the first technique. But before that, let me doubly ensure that nothing is missed. 1, 2, 4, 5, 3 and 8. So this is 6, 7 and 9. Excellent. Right. 1, 2, 4, 1, 9 and 8. 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Nothing much. Right. So let's get to the first of the game-changing techniques. The first one I'm going to show you is called a two-string kite, right? If you look at row 1, 3 has exactly 2 cells. And if you look at column 1, again 3 has exactly these 2 cells, right? The only options which 3 can take in row 1 and column 1. And what is common between this row and column? This box exactly, which can take 2 3s inside. I mean, 2 3s is not possible, but there are 2 3s because of this common box. Now, if we somehow find a way to force both the 3s in box 1, then that way which forces the 3 in box 1 cannot happen, right? I hope I'm making sense here. So, in column 1, 3 is in one of these 2 cells. In row 1, 3 is in one of these 2 cells. So if somehow if we eliminate 3s from both row 1 and column 1 from these 2 cells, then 3 gets forced into these 2 cells, which cannot happen because it's a single box and only 1 3 can happen. So what is the thing which forces both of these 3 out of these cells? This cell. If you take 3 here, the pink cells get eliminated out of the 3s, and row 1's 3 has to be here and column 1's 3 has to be here. This is called a two-string kite. So what you can conclude is you can eliminate 3 from row 5 column 5 because we are forcing 2 3s in box 1. And why do you call it a two-string kite? You have row 1 as one of the strings and column 1 as another string, and those 2 strings are tied in box 1. And why am I saying it's tied in box 1? Because it's a common box. Both the 3s are in the same box, which cannot happen. So this is called a two-string kite, which you don't often see in competition Sudokus. However, this is one of the game-changing Sudoku techniques. So I can eliminate 3 from here. Now what does it do? 3 had originally only 2 options in box 5, and because I removed 3 from this cell, now 3 has only 1 cell left. Excellent, right? So this becomes 4, 5, 6. Now let's continue, and I'm going to remove these pink cells, which have served their purpose. So 3, 3, 3 goes here. All right. I got a 3 here, so 3 goes here. Excellent. Right. Let's continue now. Okay. So I think these 3 steps that one which I've already covered, 2 more I'm going to cover shortly. I don't think there is any short circuiting step in the Sudoku. Like I don't think there is anything else you can do at that point to, get to the solution. Maybe you guys can let us know in the comments how you solved. But I think I'm fairly certain that this is how you have to exactly solve the Sudoku. Now let us go to the second of the game-changing technique. It is an extension of a technique which you already know, which you perhaps might have seen in our channel or other Sudoku channels out there in YouTube. Second technique is called a finned X-swing, right? I'm going to explain what is an X-swing first, and then we will get to what is a finned X-swing. But before that, where is that X-swing thing? If you look at row 5, these are the only 3 cells which can take a 5. And if you look at row 9, these are the only 2 cells which can take a 5. Now, what is an X-swing? If this cell, for example, assume that there is a 5 given in this Sudoku, or you have already placed, like you assume, okay, that's a bad example. Let us say you have a 5 somewhere here. Of course, I'm seeing this given 5, but you assume that somewhere there is a 5 here which has eliminated this cell. So you would have had an X-swing. 2 rows, 2 columns. So you can eliminate the rest of the cells in those rows. So basically in this row, these are the only cells which can take a 5, and these are the only cells which can take a 5. So if you have a 5 here, 5 goes here, and if you have a 5 here, 5 goes here. So one of these cells is a 5 and one of these cells is a 5. So rest of the cells along that column can be eliminated as not being a 5, right? This is what a usual X-swing is. However, that doesn't happen here because you have another cell which is taking a possibility of 5 and preventing us from using the X-swing. And however, you'll notice that the extra cell is in this box, right? Not that box 4 means anything in special, but because it is here, it's acting as a fin, right? It's called a fin. So normally you would have eliminated all these cells in an X-swing. However, when you have a finned X-swing, which is this additional possibility of 5, you make the elimination of the possibility only from the box which has the fin. This is how the technique goes. I hope I'm making sense here. So by that I mean you can eliminate 5 from this cell and this cell. Let me mark in yellow. Normally we would have eliminated all the cells from that column, but when you have a finned X-swing, you will make the elimination only in the box which has that fin. So in this case, row 4 column 2 and row 6 column 2 are the only cells which can be eliminated as not taking a 5. So I can't put a 5 here. What happens if we put a here? We always think that way, right? We need to see the contradiction to get satisfied. Try putting a 5 here. The moment 5 is here, 5 in row 5 is forced here, and both the possibilities of 5 from row 9 are eliminated. So which means that the fin the finned X-swing is a powerful technique, but elimination will be very narrow, but it will be highly useful sometimes, like in this Sudoku. Excellent, right? So the first thing we saw was a 2-string kite. Next we saw a finned X-swing. So I can eliminate the 5 from here. Of course, I can eliminate 5 from here as well, but 5 is already there, so it's useless. So this is a 6, this is a 5. Excellent. Right? So let us, remove all these colors now and continue on to the third technique. Okay, but before that, let's do some, Sudoku stuff. Eliminations. 7, 8, 6. This is not a 5. It's not a 5. This is 2, 6, and 7 for the column. And then, okay, because we eliminated, I don't know, how is this 4, 6 pair existing? I put a 3 here. Okay, we eliminated 5 from here. Because we got a 6 here, we got a 5 here. So 5 got eliminated from here. So that has given rise to a pair. 4, 6, which means this is not 4, 7, and 9. It has to be 7, 9, right? 9 in row 5 goes in here. So let us try to make some eliminations here. 4, 6, 9, and 3 and 5. So these cells would be 1, 2, 7, 8. So this is 2 and 7 because 1 and 8 can't go there. So this is 2, 7. This is 3, 5, 7, 4, 6, 9, and 1 and 8. So 3, 5, 7. This is also 3, 5, 7. Right. So you will see that we haven't made much progress with the help of these guys, right? It's pretty narrow, like I said. But before that, let's make some Sudoku stuff again. 3, 7, 9. All right. Just I'm doubly ensuring again that there is no trick to short circuit those 3 steps. This is 6, 7, 8, 2, 4, 9, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. All right. We got a 6 here. These don't take a 6. So 6 is in one of these two cells. Excellent. That eliminates 6 here. Box reduction. 6 is here. Okay. Ah, nice. 6 9 6 9 pair. So this isn't a 6. This ain't a 6. 5 8. So that puts a 6 here. That is cool. Okay. 2 4 6 1 9 and this is 3 3 7 8. Right. Okay. 3 5 5 7 8 and 1 and 2. So this would be 4 6 and 9. 8 1 3 5 4 2 6 7 and 9. All right. Right. Now I'm going to show you the third game-changing technique. I'll give you a clue here. This technique we have used in our previous video too, on the Sudoku by Timberlake of Smart Hobbies fame. The technique is skyscrapers. So if you want to pause and find the technique yourself from here, you can pause the video. So I'll tell you where the skyscraper exists now. If you look at row 1, 4 has exactly 2 possibilities, right? If you look at row 4, 4 has again 2 possibilities. Like finned X-wing, a skyscraper is also kind of similar. The only thing is, in an X-wing, you will have exactly 2 rows and 2 columns. But in a skyscraper, the possibility of a digit would be in 2 rows and 3 columns. Like in this case, you can see the row 1 and row 4. There are exactly 2 rows and the possibility is in columns 5, column 6 and column 8. Let me show you. Column 5, column 6 and column 8. I'm just seeing the green cells. So in a skyscraper, you will have the possibility in exactly 2 rows and 3 columns or 3 rows and 2 columns. We'll come to that later. So when you have such a case, then there has to be exactly 1 common column. Right? In this case, there are 2 rows and 3 columns. 1 column has to be exactly common. When you identify such a case, the other 2 cells, right? The 4 must exist at least in one of them. 4 can be in both. Both of these cells can take a 4. Doesn't matter. But I'm saying that 4 has to be in at least one of them. Just imagine for a second if both of these cells don't take a 4. Greens go off. So in corresponding row 1 and row 4, there are exactly 2 cells left which are in the same common column. This is called a skyscraper logic, right? Now what do you do with this? So the cell which forces both of these to not take a 4, we can do some stuff there, right? So if both of these are not a 4, then both of these become 4, which will break the Sudoku. So which means one of these is at least a 4, which means this cell and these cells cannot take a 4. Because if any of these cells take a 4, then both of these greens can't take a 4 and both of these, the 4s in rows 1 and 4 will be in the same column. So this is the third game-changing techniques for solving tough Sudokus, guys. So which means this is not a 4, this is a 6. This is, okay, I can eliminate from 4 from here too. There is a 4 already here, so let's leave it and continue. So this is 4, this is 7, 9. Now the Sudoku will smoothly sail through, I think. Let us quickly finish it, right? Okay, 6 gives a 4 here, so this would be 6 8 pair for the column. This would be 7 and 9. Excellent. 1 2 6. So this is 2, which means this is 1. This is 6. 5 6 7 2 3 4 9. So 1 and 8. So this is 1. This is 8. 8 gives us 7 here, keeping 9. 5 8 7 7 8 3. This is 5 7. Let's complete this row. 7 5. Okay, 5 6 9 3 4 7. So 1 2 and 8, right? 6 and 7. So this is 2 and 8 is here. So this is 8. This is 1. So that pushes this neither 1 here. 1 2 6 9 5 7 8 3 and 4. So 3 is here, 4 is here. Excellent. Let's finish this off. Right, this one, 2, 7, 5, 3, 9. 7 and 9 gives us 6 here, 8 here, 8 here, 6 here. Let's finish this off. 9 and 7. 9 gives us 6 here, 7 here, 1, 4, 6, and 7, 3, 5, 8, 2, 1, 9, right? So 9 here, 2 here, 9 here, and 6 here. What a gorgeous Sudoku illustrating 3 wonderful techniques. The 2-string kite, fin deck swing, and then last, skyscrapers. Beautiful Sudoku. At least I think so. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe to the channel. See you.